Dave Brown, Jack Eaton joining me once again at ringside, ready to go with another day of championship wrestling. And listen to the card today.
One of the great cards we've ever had in this program in its entire history. Guys like Don Bass, Rocky Johnson will be here, Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett along, Travis Smothers, and great cards we've ever had in this program in its entire history. Guys like Don Bass, Rocky Johnson will be here, Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett along, Travis Smothers, and for the icing on the cake.
That's right, a Southern Tag Team Championship match. Southern Tag Team belts over the years, some of the toughest belts to hang on to. Today on Championship Wrestling, we will have the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sag, challenging the team of Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka for the Southern Tag Team titles. That'll be coming up just a little bit later on today. I am looking forward to all of the action in addition to the folks showing up that Jack was talking about. Well, I started to say we better take a break and get to it here, but here comes Prince and the entire commission. I've got you scheduled. We need to take a break. I've got you scheduled for an interview after.
You don't need to do nothing right now but listen to me, brother, because I got it all to say right now. And your people didn't rise up when we came in, so you're starting off wrong already. I just want to say one thing, Dave Brown. This is the best outfit in professional wrestling today, baby. You know what we're so happy about?
What are you so happy about?
Because, let me tell you something right now. I told everybody that I was like the mailman. That when the Prince tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I deliver. And I told you, I had the most awesome specimens of professional wrestling. And not only did we win, what? 50% of the match, 60%, 70%, but 100%, baby. Everybody went down, baby.
You won all the matches, all the Wheel of Torture matches. I grant you the commission won their matches.
Lawler and his flunkies went down. They was laid out like a dead fly, you know what I mean?
Well, you won the matches, but that was last week. There's some big return Wheel of Torture matches coming up this week, and this time, no time limit, no disqualification. So let's see if you're out here smiling after all of that.
Right down our alley. You ain't said nothing, because when it's too much for them suckers over there following Jerry Lawler, it still ain't enough for us, you know what I mean?
Well, okay. You're all happy. I understand. You won all the Wheel of Torture matches this past week. We need to take a break, so we're going to take a break.
No break.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and we'll be having a party here. Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be back. We're taking a break. And the commission are still out here.
That's right.
Listen, we've got a match. Donnie is supposed to be in the ring for a match coming up right here. Your interview was scheduled out. You already had your interview. You went 5 minutes here.
Instead of interviewing, you're interrupting. I really don't need you out here to tell the people, because they can see right now these are the best looking, best built, finest athletes in professional wrestling today. And we are what's happening. And they can't go wrong because they led by me, the Black Prince, baby. I love my Michelob, but occasionally I drink a Bud, because the women all over know me as the Florida Stud. I'm what's happening, baby.
Well,
right now, baby. We're going to take a little butt right now, okay? Go take it, Donnie.
All right, Don is headed for the ring. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and get his opponent in here and get the referee and get this match underway. Don Bass scheduled to go against Greg Jones here. And now here comes Greg Jones stepping up to the ring right now, followed by referee Jerry Calhoun. We have, Don Bass jumps him. Even before the bell sounds, Greg Jones hammered into the turnbuckle. Jack, doesn't look good for Greg Jones at this point.
He's dog meat in there right now. Oh, my gosh. If Greg Jones were as smart as he looks, he would surrender right now, because Don
Bass weighs about 301 pounds, I think, the latest weight we have on him. Look at that. Boot right across the throat. Greg Jones weighs in at 191.
301 to 191.
Don Bass. Oh, what a clothesline coming off there. There's a cover. Count is 1, 2, and 3. Got it.
That's the worst match I ever saw.
That's it. It's Don Bass. Now he, what is this? The Prince steps up there with a pair of scissors. And here we go with a haircut. And Bass still mighty upset that he lost his hair in a hair match a couple of weeks ago. And now look at this. They beat Greg Jones, and now the Prince is holding him. And Don Bass is cutting his hair with a pair of scissors that the Prince has brought in here. Oh, yeah. It's great fun for Don Bass. Okay, here they come. Travis and Bill Dundee. There goes Bass and Prince out of here. Little help from Tracy Smothers, Rocky Johnson. They're going after the commission. Everybody battling away here. Look at them go over there.
Great Scott.
Now there's the commission begins to take their lead. There's King Carl Fergie. They get him out of here, and I think we finally got them separated. Greg Jones holding his head. Had at least a partial haircut from Don Bass. Don Bass, the winner of the match. It went about only about 30 seconds, and Don Bass and the rest of the commission celebrating yet another win. We got a lot more championship wrestling coming up. Back with it in a moment. Championship Wrestling coming up in Olytic, Indiana on Thursday, September 17th. That'll be at the Community Center. You can buy your tickets in advance at the Community Center, and if you do, you will save $1 on the price of your tickets. Also, Championship Wrestling coming up Saturday, September 25th in Madisonville, Kentucky at Browning Springs Middle School. But in Evansville, Wednesday night, student night. All students in grades kindergarten through 12 will be admitted to general admission for only $3. That's right, only $3 for all students, grades kindergarten through 12, admitted to general admission. It's return Wheel of Torture matches in Evansville. You will see Tracy Smothers going against the mighty Goliath. In this one, if Tracy loses, he has to run through a belt line, but this time not of the fans, the belt line of the commission. If Goliath loses, he gets 10 lashes from Tracy Smothers. The Prince goes against Billy Travis. The loser of this match has to eat a can of dog food. That's the torture for either of them. So the loser of the match eats a can of dog food, the Prince against Billy Travis. Rock and Roll RPMs will be going against the team of John Paul and Tony Burton. It'll be Rocky Johnson against Don Bass. Jeff Jarrett against King Carl Fergie. The Mid-America heavyweight title will be on the line. If Jeff loses, 2 dozen eggs in the face. King Carl loses, he has to run through a 20-man belt line of the fans. Then Southern Tag titles on the line. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka going against the team of the Nasty Boys. That's not all. International heavyweight title match. Bill Dundee against Big Bubba. All of these matches will be no time limit, no disqualification. In addition to that, there will be a 20-man battle royal with $10,000 to the winner. Right now, here's what the Prince has to say about the matches.
Billy Travis, you under the house sleeping, flea-bearing, mange-infested dog. The Prince exposed you for what you really was. And I'm going to tell you something, in Evansville, you're going to eat out of the dog food again. You going down and out, sucker. Bow wow.
Commission and heard. I'd like to hear from the other side right now about these return matches coming up this week. Here comes the superstar, Bill Dundee, followed by the Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. John Paul, Jeff Jarrett, Billy. Well, it was a sweep for the commission, but you guys have got a little extra help this
like
time.
The man said, I'm going to get me a bigger chain, but I just want to explain it in case the people just don't quite understand what we're talking about here. Last week, the commission run everybody the head down, and I guess we was a little dumb because we didn't do nothing about it except got beat. But this week, Daddy, it ain't going to be that way because all the nice guys you see here and all the weapons you see here are going to be ringside. So when I'm in the ring beating up on Big Bubba, they're all going to be standing out there. So, Bubba, just let me tell you something, brother. I don't know about you, but I believe in the good book, and I read it, and when it came to David and Goliath, we all know who won that. So you can stand out here, and you can say how big you are and how small I. But what's going to happen, Daddy, the bottom line is my good friend Rocky Johnson, all them nice folks is going to be standing around ringside, and it's just going to be you, and it's going to be me. And whatever it takes, big boy, I'm going to win, and you're going to get the punishment, my daddy. And that's all I got to say, because, my good man, you put your nose, it'll knock you out.
Right, because I'll tell you what, brother, I was embarrassed last week. They shoved that dog food down my face, down my mouth. But I'll tell you what, it took two to do it, brother. And now Don Bass, I don't have to tell you both payback, brother, because payback's you know what. And this week, you're going to find it, brother, and you're going to get it, because I'm going to use these. All my good friends are going to be around there. There's going to be no interference. Me and you, brother, we're going to get down and get funky and be there.
All right, John Paul.
All right, man, RPM, you fired me up last week. You fired me and my partner up. All I can say is you better be flying, because if you're grounded, I'm going to shock you.
Tracy Smothers, I see you got the cattle prod with you.
Goliath, I said it before, I'll say it again. You're a big man, 6'9", 400 pounds. But if you're so big and you're so bad, then why do you have to throw powder in my eyes when the referee's occupied? This week, no time limit, no disqualification. Anything goes from your nose to your toes. I got a surprise for you, big boy. You try anything funny, my friends right here will be right around the ringside. We're going to fire you up.
Jeff Jarrett got the kendo stick.
That's right, Dave. Tracy just said it all. No time, no DQ. King Carpal, I don't know if I've ever been in a situation where I've been so humiliated in my life. 2 dozen eggs thrown in my face. Brother, it's payback time this week. In the meanwhile, I'm going to get my belt back. King Carl, I got my pals. The Nasty Boys are going to be there. King Carl, I'm getting my belt back this week, brother.
All right, and the Nasty Boys. Brian Knobbs, Jerry Sag.
Diamond and Tanaka, you're going down. You had help from that black fool, the Prince. Well, you're going down, Daddy. What do you have to say, Sag?
I ate the dog food. I deserved it. They beat us. It's all over now.
And all I gotta say is all my rowdy friends are coming down, too. So watch out, that stupid circus.
Ooh, the return matches this week. All right, let's get them out here for the match which is coming up.
I think I detect some animosity there, Dave. Here comes Charlie Calhoun. Good God, my favorite referee. Watch behind you now, Jerry.
Hey, with the music, we're looking for the Soul Man. Here he is. Rocky Johnson and the Superstar, Bill Dundee. Excitement. Bill Dundee started for him, and that ran Boss Winter back around to the corner. All right, tag team match coming up. We got a one-fall, 10-minute time limit event here.
Rough and ready, huh?
Yeah, Rough and Ready. They're under the mask, as you see, and out of parts unknown. That's Boss Winter, their manager. I don't know if you do.
Sounds like a sore loser to me.
Boss Winter. Rocky Johnson's got a sleeper hold on Ruff. Already, we're only about 10 seconds into the match. Looks like Rocky's got it pretty good. Dundee keeping ready out of the way.
There goes Arms. This match is over.
I think you're right. Wait for the official signal from the referee. There it is. This match is history. 29 seconds. Rough and Ready. Boy, it didn't take long at all as Rocky Johnson gets the sleeper hold on Ruff. And just under 30 seconds, the team of Rocky Soulman Johnson and the Superstar Bill Dundee get themselves a victory. Now, they've got to wake him up. That's part of it here. Rock's got to wake him up again. He put the sleeper on him.
Best cure in the world for insomnia right there. Rocky Johnson makes house calls, too, I bet. Don't they crack his neck now? And they watch him. Watch how they wake him up.
Pop it, that artery back there and get everything going again.
Oh, great Scott. Now he wants to fight.
He's back. Rocky Johnson, Bill Dundee have the win here. False winners still steamed about it. We got more action. We'll be back right after this.
See this?
There's the music. Waiting for Jeff and Billy. Here they are. Jarrett, Billy Travis up into the ring right now. Just about set to go for a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Here come the two Keiths, Keith Roberson and Keith Eric. They're both out of Memphis, Tennessee. Jeff, of course, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Billy Travis out of Lexington, Kentucky. Jack's favorite referee in there for this one.
Jerry Calhoun back again. All right, one at a time, Jerry. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. It's Keith Eric starting against Billy Travis. Dave Brown at ringside being joined by Big Jack Eaton. By the way, Lance will be back next week.
We'll be back next week.
Look at Jeff go.
Boy.
Oh, reversal by Eric. Didn't last long, though. Double upper arm by Jeff and Billy.
Little body slam. No, I'm not going to get it. I can't do it.
Keith Eric back for the tag on his much bigger partner, Keith Roberson. Hey, we've got coming up here a Southern Tag Team title match. Stay tuned. The titles will be on the line later on today.
There he goes. One. Slow count.
Got some Billy. Billy leading the cheers back in the corner. Got a one count. Well, Robertson, that's going to be tough to hold him down. He's got so much weight, you're almost going to have to cover him and just hold those shoulders down to the mat. Oh, right fist to the midsection and a vicious knee lift by Travis. Well, he got a 2 count out of him, and that's it. Pulling by Keith Eric. Billy into the rope. Shoulder butt coming off of there.
There he goes. This is going to be it right here. Nope.
Great drop kick by Jeff Jarrett. There's a cover. 3, and that's it. All right. Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis in 2 minutes, 30 seconds of action, getting a good win here over Keith Roberson and Keith Eric. Their hands raised in victory. Roberson and Eric taking themselves out of the ring. Remember, Southern Tag titles on the line. We'll be back with that match in just a moment. $10,000 to the winner of the 20-man battle royal. Not just $10,000, a $10,000 bill. They're rare. They don't make them anymore. It's a collector's item. The $10,000 prize goes to the winner of the 20-man battle royal. In the main event, it's Return Wheel of Torture matches night coming up in Evansville on Wednesday night. It's also student night. All students in grades kindergarten through 12 will be admitted to general admission for only $3. Listen to the matches. The return wheel of torture. Same tortures as last time, but this time they say it will not be a repeat where the commission swept all of them. Tracy Smothers goes against Goliath. The Prince against Billy Travis. Rock and Roll RPMs against John Paul and Tony Burton. Rocky Johnson against Don Bass. Jeff Jarrett against King Carl Fergie. The Nasty Boys against Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka. Bill Dundee goes against Big Bubba. And then don't forget the 20-man Battle Royal. All Wednesday night in Evansville. Southern Tag Team title's going to be on the line here. The challengers, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sag, the Nasty Boys.
There they come. Yeah, here they are.
Yeah, that's Rick Calhoun. Referee, it's not the Nasty Boys. Here they are. And with the belts on them, here come the champions from the commission. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka with the Prince, their manager.
I agree with Lawler. We shouldn't call him the Prince anymore.
Call him Brickhouse Brown?
Brickhouse Brown, yeah.
Well,
Brickhouse Brown.
he's,
Lawler says no.
he's,
Lawler says goes, right.
we gotta,
Exactly, yeah.
got the belts on the line right here.
All right.
Boy, I got to tell you, the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sag, looking to take the belts home.
Come on, Nasty Boys.
Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka have had them for a number of weeks. They're looking to hold on to them. The Prince wants to keep them in the hands of the commission. This will be, by the way, a one-fall, 30-minute time limit match. Now, by the rules and regulations, championship matches are 60 minutes or 1 hour time limit. But by special agreement for television, we're allowed to have a 30-minute time limit championship match. And both teams have agreed to the 30-minute time limit. And here we go. Right. Brian Knobbs starting against Pat Tanaka. Southern titles hang in the balance. Some prestigious belts on the line. I was just trying to recall. I can recall all the way back to, I think, Tojo Yamamoto and Professor Ito holding these belts. Teams like Eddie Marlin and Tommy Gilbert holding them for a long, long time. Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Jarrett, long-time Southern Tag champions. Tough belts to get, tough belts to keep. Jumps in the air, and Brian Knobbs runs him out. Nasty Boys in control of the match. We're 1 minute into the action. 29 minutes left in the time limit. Commission with a meeting of the minds down on the floor. The Prince sends Pat Tanaka back through the ropes. Brian Knobbs taunting the Prince. Tanaka nailed him, popped him with a fist in the top of the head. I think he got him in the eye, too. Brian Knobbs ducks under and just powers Tanaka down to the mat. 1, 2. He tackled him. Only got a 2 count. Tanaka rolls out of the ring. He rolled out on the Nasty Boys side of the ring. So Jerry Sag took a shot at him with his boot. But Tanaka gets away and back over to the corner. The Prince is explaining the situation. I doubt if he's explaining it truthfully, he's saying, hey, you're behind on points if there was such a thing in a wrestling match.
Yeah, get Diamond in there.
Both teams make a tag. Jerry Sag against Paul Diamond.
No, I don't believe a word you're saying, Brickhouse. No.
Diamond. Oh, Jerry Sag using the right hand. Oh, he picks Diamond up and just set him back in the corner and then goes to work on him. Oh, wow. Diamond literally bounced into the corner.
There they go.
Jerry Sag, powerful wrestler. A cover on Paul Diamond. 2 count, only a 2 count. Looked like maybe he had him for a minute. He was 1 count away from strapping on the Southern Tag Team Championship belt. Diamond and Tanaka, conference in the corner. Jerry Sag calmly waiting for him. One half of the Nasty Boys team. The champion. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka battling for their lives here against Jerry Sag and Brian Knobs. 3.5 minutes gone now. Grabbed Sag from outside. The referee's attention diverted by the Prince.
His attention is always diverted. Come on, Calhoun, keep a look.
Tactician, says the Prince.
No. You're going to get yours.
Pat Tanaka.
Terrible.
That side kick.
Uh-oh. Pearl Harbor shot there from behind.
Right fist. Prince, we're telling them what's happening here. What's happening is, look at that, over the top rope.
Oh,
that should be a disqualification, but the referee was distracted by Pat Tanaka.
Now, see, Calhoun isn't watching. Look what's going on.
Down on the floor. Tanaka pounding Jerry Sag. Paul Diamond still in the ring.
Jerry Calhoun is under arrest.
Jerry Sag fired into the rope. A clothesline by Diamond. And the tide is turned in the Southern title match. There's a cover. 1, 2. Oh, he almost had it. Jerry Sag able to break the cover just before the 3 count.
Calhoun's not watching.
There's a change. They didn't make a tag. They did not make a tag, and the referee is going to send Pat Tanaka back outside. Brian Knobs been watching all of this. He grabs Tanaka from behind. Look at that. The Prince getting involved from outside as the referee's distracted back in the other corner. Action in both corners. Jerry Sag hammered down to the mat. Pat Tanaka controlling it.
Oh,
Look at that. The martial arts come into play. There's a cover by Tanaka. Count is 1, 2. Brian Knobs there able to stop the count at 2. 6 minutes, 20 seconds of action gone. Diamond and Tanaka, their title defense looking a little better for them now than it was the first 2 or 3 minutes. Jerry Sag had the presence of mind coming off the rope to bring up the knee, and that dropped Paul Diamond to the mat. Brian Knobs reaching for the tag. Jerry Sag gets the tag. Knobs taking on both of them. A body slam for Diamond. A body slam for Pat Tanaka. Back to Diamond. Grabs Tanaka. Puts their heads together. All of them in the ring. The 7-minute mark is gone. There goes Jerry Sag through the ropes. Here comes Pat Tanaka after him. In the ring, Brian Knobs working on Paul Diamond. Tanaka and Sag rolling around on the floor battling each other, but in the ring, the legal men in there, Paul Diamond and Brian Knobs. Into the turnbuckles goes Diamond. The Nasty Boy follows him in there. Diamond with a right hand. Boy, some kind of action all the way. We haven't had a dull moment in this one since the opening bell. Oh, there goes the referee. Calhoun goes down to the mat.
Rendered senseless.
Brian threw Diamond out full force into the corner.
Kevin knows what's going to happen.
The Prince steps up to the ring, and Brian Knobs lets him at it. Diamond jumped over the right. Diamond had a chain in his hand. Brian Knobs has got the chain now. Oh, down goes Paul Diamond. There's a cover. Look out, the Prince takes a chair into the ring. He nails Brian Knobs across the back of the head and slides the chair back out. Now he picks up Diamond. He has him covered. He blasts the Prince. And he puts it back the way it was. Brian Knobs with a cover on Paul Diamond.
Calhoun up there.
Jeff looks up the referee and says, look, get in here and count. 1, 2, 3. And we've got brand new Southern Tag Team Champions. Jeff takes the belts and gives one to Jerry Sag, one to Brian Knobs. The Nasty Boys, right here on Championship Wrestling, have just won the Southern Tag Team belt.
Greatest match in the history of wrestling.
Belts in hand. They leave the area. The referee behind him, he's not too good a shape either after being blasted full force. 8 minutes, 47 seconds. Hey, guys.
You gotta let that stand, bro. What do you think is going on here?
I saw what's going on. No, you lost the belt.
How do we lose them? The referee. Yes, Jay, they're two fat fucks. They took chains. Chairs, what do you think is going on
Wait
here?
a minute, who brought the chain in? You brought the chain in, we saw it.
We are the champions. We held the belt longer than anyone. We should be the world champions. They should never have the belt. You don't understand. You gotta call them champions. Huh?
Won the belt, yeah.
No, they didn't win the belt.
They certainly did right here.
That's not a conspiracy.
No conspiracy,
On your
they
part.
just won the belt.
The rest of Lawler, Hunkies, and Flunkies. Let me tell you something right now. This is not going to work right now. These men were robbed. Nasty Boys, no way.
Got what you deserve. Got what you deserve.
What? You better get those fat boys out here right now because we want a rematch.
Well, they don't have to give you a rematch right now. We have the
What
match.
they have to give me? That's cool. You know it. Get them out here right now.
You've got a rematch.
Get my lawyers on this,
Look,
brother.
you've
Hey,
got a rematch coming up this week.
I don't care what we got. We want them right now. You bring them back out
We'll
here.
be looking into this right now.
We don't need no liars. We just need the two fat clubs in the ring. So we can whoop their butt like we've been doing for the past few weeks.
They have walked out of here with the belts in their hand. They have won the belts. They are now the
You
champions.
bring them back.
They don't have to come out here back if they don't want to.
Enough, Dave.
Yeah. We're not worried about here.
You guys can yell and scream all you want. You've got a rematch coming up later in the week. We've got more matches here today. We've got another match coming up. We've got another match coming up, and we are going to take a break, and we will be back with that match in just a minute. We've got another match coming up. We've got Tracy Smothers.
And you know it. Only match you're going to have is Paul Diamond and Fashion House. I'm meeting the Nasty Boys in a rematch.
You have been out here yelling for 3.5 minutes now to get the Nasty Boys back, and the Nasty Boys are not here. They apparently are not coming back out here. They don't have to. They have just won the belts from you. They are the champions.
They robbed us. They didn't win the belt.
They don't have to give you a rematch today if they don't want it.
Well, you got to do something about it because this TV show is not going on. We're staying right here till those two fat slobs show up in the ring.
Nobody gonna move us.
I tell you what, you stand here. You can say what you want to. I'm going to ring the bell. We're going to get...
Hey, don't ring the bell.
We're going to get them out here. You guys can be as unhappy as you want to. We've got another match. We've got Tracy Smothers coming out here as his opponent right now. Buddy James, the referee, Jerry Calhoun.
He's got the attack, Buddy James.
What's right now? If you don't get the Nasty Boys out here, I'm not responsible for what happened.
You can't have a match.
Well, you just jumped his opponent.
I don't like what's going on.
I don't like what's going on.
All the commission at what?
Out here right now. You got a match. Hey.
Sounds like Tracy Smothers music to me.
Right on time and it's up and more.
Tracy's scheduled a
I
match.
want all the commission out here.
Can't be still when the Leonard's getting bigger down and down. People down the Georgia, here and far.
jumps in there. Everybody jumping on Tracy. Prince is left. He said he was calling the rest of the commission out here. I hope he doesn't do that, but he probably will. Diamond and Tanaka grabbing Tracy Smothers. Oh, a double clothesline on Tracy. They had jumped Buddy James, who was to beat Tracy's opponent, just as he was on his way to the ring, and they literally threw him out the door.
Here comes the chair.
Diamond with a folding metal chair. Oh, right to the top of the head. He nails Tracy Smothers. Yeah, this is not an official match. Here come some other folks right here. Oh, look out. The Rock and Roll RPMs grabbing Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis. There goes Goliath and King Carl. They're closing the door. They're blocking the doors over there.
See, this is what I'm telling you about, Dave Brown. You wouldn't listen to me. I'm not responsible for what goes on.
You are responsible for what goes on, and get them out of here.
My boys get kicked off, brother. Ain't nothing I can do with them. You understand? People gonna pay.
Oh, Billy Travis hammered into the desk by Mike Davis of the Rock and Roll RPMs. Jeff Jarrett and Tommy Lane going at each other. Meanwhile, in the ring, Diamond and Tanaka still working on Tracy's mother. Oh, they got him cut open, too. Got a cut on Tracy's forehead, and no doubt they counted him again with that metal chair. Look out. Tommy Lane and Mike Davis, the RPM. And now they get through the door. Here comes Rocky Johnson and the Nasty Boys. John Paul, Ed Maddox. And there goes the commission. That's one way to get him out of here. They're attending to Tracy. Tracy hurt. They've got his head cut open. I tell you what, let's take a break. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Coming up in Evansville on Wednesday night, big championship wrestling action. It's going to be return Wheel of Torture night, and in addition to that, there's a special added match. A 20-man battle royal, the winner to get a $10,000 bill. It all comes up Wednesday night in Evansville. Not only that, it's student night for all students, grades kindergarten through 12. You'll be admitted to general admission for only $3. Here are the matches. Tracy Smothers will be going against the mighty Goliath. In this one, if Tracy loses, he has to run through a belt line of the commission. If Goliath loses, he gets 10 lashes from Tracy Smothers. The Prince goes against Billy Travis. Loser of this match, no matter who it is, the Prince or Billy Travis, has to eat a can of dog food. Then Rock and Roll RPMs against John Paul and Tony Burton. Rocky Johnson against Don Bass. It'll be Jeff Jarrett going against King Carl Fergie. Return Mid-America title match here. Southern Tag titles will be on the line as Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka go against the Nasty Boys. And in this one, if the Nasty Boys lose, Jerry Sag gets 10 hot shots with a cattle prod. Brian Knobs has to eat a can of dog food. If Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka lose, Paul Diamond has to eat a can of dog food, and Pat Tanaka will be painted yellow from head to toe. International title match will follow that. Bill Dundee goes against Big Bubba. That's the return Wheel of Torture matches coming up. And then a big 20-man battle royal with $10,000 going to the winner. Right now, here's a word from the participant in one of those Wheel of Torture matches, Billy Travis.
Hello, Evansville. First of all, I'd like to thank promoter Eddie Marlin for giving me a second chance at you, Brickhouse Brown, or the Prince, or whatever you may be called. You didn't beat me fair and square in the ring in Evansville. The people saw you, and I guarantee you this week it's going to be a different thing. All my friends are going to be around the ring. It's not going to be your friends, all of my friends. And I guarantee you, Brickhouse, I tasted the dog food, and you're going to taste it in Evansville.
Rock and Roll RPMs have a return Wheel of Torture match coming up this week against John Paul and Jerry Bryant. Here they come right here. The losers of this match get 10 hot shots with that cattle prod. Well, we give Mike Davis and Tommy Lane a chance to say a word about the match if they would like to.
Of course, you know, we've never had a knack to loss for words or whatever.
That's true.
It don't matter who it is, guys. you get in the ring, we've got our own wheel of torture lined up. What happened to you before, you're not going to take nothing, baby, I'm telling you.
Well, Mike Davis, it's that cattle prod. It's the same.
Something, Dave Brown? I want to say something about these two big goofs that just came out here and supposedly won the Southern Tag Team titles. People, you are looking at the team that was the greatest Southern Tag Team champions ever. And ever since we've been back in this area, the titles have eluded us. Nobody wants to give us a title shot. What's the matter with you? Look at the RPM. We're real men, Daddy. We're real men. We come from where men come from. And we fight like men. So I'm telling you, we're back. Rock and roll is here to stay. There ain't no other way. Tommy Lane, Mike Davis, the greatest tag team that ever walked down the pike. The original rock and roll. And everybody knows it. And you don't beat originals, Dave. You don't beat originals. And you don't beat the greats. And we are the greats. And we're going to continue to be the greats. So, Nasty Boys, let me say one thing. This is a challenge. Can you spell challenge? Do you know what it means? It means get your butt in the ring and put your titles up, because it'll take us about 3 seconds to take them off of you.
Certainly no lack of confidence from Mike Davis and Tommy Lane as they head to the ring for a non-title match right now, not against the Nasty Boys either. They're going to be going against the team of John Paul and Ed Maddox in an expiration of time match.
John Paul and Ed Maddox weigh 430 pounds together. The Rock and Roll RPM, 454 pounds. And had he done that on the floor of the U.S. Senate, it would have been called a filibuster.
You're right. This one goes to the expiration.
There we go.
Referee Jerry Calhoun calls for the bell, and it's Ed Maddox starting against Tommy Lane. Well, you got to give Rock and Roll RPMs the favorites role, the heavy favorites role here. John Paul over in the corner and Ed Maddox, both relatively young wrestlers. John Paul with more experience than Ed Maddox. But they are going against a couple of rugged individuals. Mike Davis right now for the Rock and Roll RPMs.
I think the Rock and Roll RPM want to go home early.
Lane with a body slam on Ed Maddox.
Ah, good move, Ed. Okay.
Yeah, real nice move to get to the corner and get to your partner. Keep the fresh man in there. Tommy Lane with a hip toss. Oh, got a head scissors on him. Couldn't hold it for very long, but long enough to break up the hold that Tommy Lane had and give John Paul a chance to get back on his feet. Back on equal footing. Well, not for long. Tommy Lane had a handful of hair there. Referee saw that and stopped it, however. John Paul off the rope. Nice rolling arm lock by John Paul, and Tommy Lane finds himself down on the mat. Rock and Roll RPM against John Paul and Ed Maddox. He pulled it tight. Double team back in the corner. Come on. Referee trying to get him to make a clean tag and then get out instead of hanging around and double teaming and choking. Tommy Lane back in. Snap suplex by Tommy Lane. John Paul bounced hard on his back. Jack, I don't like the tactics at all, but you can see the teamwork that the Rock and Roll RPMs have. It's the mark of a tag team that's been together a long time, not to mention a tag team that'll do whatever they think's necessary.
Yeah, the rules of wrestling, I don't think they ever read them. If they did, John
Paul held in the corner back there while the Rock and Roll RPMs make the exchange after the tag. They're back on the ropes. Upper arm. John Paul covered by Tommy Lane. 1, 2. John Paul able to kick out of it at the 2 count. Time winding down here, becoming a factor in this match. Tommy Lane hammers John Paul across the back as John Paul was getting to his feet. John Paul steps over. Tommy Lane down to the mat. He's trying to get to the corner, but he's a long way from the corner. And a tag on Ed Maddox.
Okay,
he got
Ed,
the
come
tag. Side suplex by Tommy Lane. He leaves Ed Maddox over to the corner, tags his partner Mike Davis. There's the double up. This might be it.
Match is over.
It is. Count of 3. And the team of the Rock and Roll RPMs very happy with themselves as they get themselves a victory. Nobody can beat them, says Mike Davis, as they have won rather convincingly here over John Paul and Ed Maddox. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to time. We'll be back.
I want to make sure we get this in. All you fans of the King, look alive. Here's your boy on a great video. Watch.
The King himself. Yes, indeed. Jerry Lawler. He sure is. Tell you what.
Big doings today.
Yeah, we had the Southern Tag Team titles on the line. These belts, as I said during the match, is the most prestigious tag team belts in these parts. And going back for years and years, what a history they have. Today, we had a classic match. As I said also during the match, we didn't have a dull moment during the whole thing. And the belts changed hands. We have new Southern champions here today.
The Nasty Boys, and they won it fair and square, all things considered.
All things considered, you're right. Yeah, now there was some interference here and there, but Paul Diamond, Pat Tanaka, and the Prince can say what they want, and they did. They complained loudly about, they said they were robbed and all of that, but Paul Diamond himself took the chain in there. He dropped it. Brian Knobs picked it up, pounded him with it, and Jeff Jarrett came in and helped him.